Hello, and welcome to this London session Trade House with your Trade Day FX. So I'm just gonna make sure that everything is set up here on my end so we could start. As always, every Thursday we review previous signals that were sent out here for the week with elevated FX. And we're going to see if we have any signals here for this session here between 3 and around, could be between 3 to 5 or 3 to 4, depend. For this time, we're going to stay here until 4 to see if we have any signals. If not, we'll be trying to review some signals here overall. And if you have any questions, we're going to be here to answer them. So I'm just going to make sure that everything is set up here on my end. Won't be long. Perfect. Great. So like every Thursday, we're gonna do the review here of the previous signals here. So we're just gonna start with the one that we had here yesterday on the 18th. So we had the USDCAD, USDCHF, and AUDUSD that were sent out here. So we're going to start with USDCAD, and that is this signal here. So if it's the first time that you're seeing this, I'll show you, explain you exactly how the Enigma AI work with a bar replay. Perfect. Perfect. So if we look at this signal here specifically, so we have a sell on USD CAD. You have the entry price. Okay. So the entry price is based on the previous hourly candle. So the actual signal is sent out at 11 a.m., but it's based on the previous candle entry price. Okay, so that will be at check here. Okay, so you have here the entry price here. I'm just gonna continue the replay because I think that's the one. Perfect. Let's do it again. Just gonna close that in. Perfect. Let's do it again here. Okay, perfect. Okay, so we have the entry price here that is sent out on the previous candle, and on the actual candle that's the signal is out. You have the option to enter as market execution, or you could put a pending order at the entry price level. Okay, so in this example, you see that the trade was triggered. If you, let's say you did a pending order, you'll be able to be filled here at the entry price. Or if you had market execution, you'll still be a little bit in drawdown. But what I do here on my end here, because most of my trades are market execution, how I set up my stop loss is really based on the previous candle wick. Okay, so even though you have the stop loss here, you have the option to put it there, or me personally, what I do is I put my stop loss at the previous uh, wick. Okay, it could be the entry, the start of the candle, or the previous wick if there's a wick. Okay, so let's say if it was that stop loss here. Right now, the stop loss is based on the wick, right? So I will do the same thing, but on the previous wick. Okay. The reason why I do that is I minimize my risk. Okay. So I don't want to have a big amount of stop loss compared to my entry price, right? So by doing that, my risk to reward is bigger to enter. Okay. So that's one other thing that I do. But let's continue with the replay. In that case, if my stop loss was here, I would hit my stop loss. And if you look at the actual trade, if you had your stop loss right here, you had been in the trade here for what, 1, 2, 3, 4 hours, basically 5 hours if you include this candle. But on my stop loss, I would be out after 3 hours. Okay, and see a big difference here. So the price here was 1.28170 and 1.2808. Okay, so that's basically 9 pips difference. Okay, so 9 pips depending exactly on your lot size and your risk. It's a big difference to secure more pips, more equity in your account here. Okay, so let's close it out. So this signal here, so this one was a buy, but the actual signal here was not printed out for some reason. So we're just gonna take a note here and send it out to our development team. But what I do personally is look at where we're at the market, if it makes sense to take the trade at the direction, if we're going on an uptrend or a downtrend. This one was a good setup here based on the exhaustion in the market to take it for a buy. It did a buy at the end of the day, but based on that entry for a buy, fortunately, it would stop you out before making the actual move. Okay. Perfect. So let's look at USD CHF. And the USD CHF trade idea was basically sent out here when we were on the live with trade out at 9 p.m. Wednesday night. So make sure to, if you missed it, make sure to get on those calls. It's really powerful. But I'm just gonna remove this. So basically, that signal was sent out here. As you can see, it was sent out at 9. Okay, exactly at the start of the session. And same thing, the previous candle was the actual entry price. And here, as you could see, it went down. And then right now at 3, it did a big down candle. Okay. So shout out to everyone that took it when it was called on the call. Right now, you would be in good profit here. You see the entry price in TP zones. And here we have the AUDUSD. Okay, so you see the pricing at TPs is really the exact same thing that you see here. So AUDUSD. An actual trade that I missed for the entry. It was a good setup, but at the time that it came out, so you already hit TP1, and that's really the reason why I didn't take it, because based on the market structure, I thought it was going up, but there was still an exhaustion going down here based on my fundamentals with my COT. So that's why I was hesitant of taking it. So I said no. It better off if you're not fully decided on your position in the market. Make sure to if you're in doubt, don't take the trade. And right now, as you can see, it was a good setup, but it went to TP1. And then right now it's reversing here. Okay. So it was still a good setup here for a couple of pips here. If you were in the entry price, if you already had market execution, so 6.69948. And the highest that it went is 0.67024. Okay, so that's around what 50 60 64 64 67 pips roughly, and then it went back down. Okay, great. Okay, so let's look at, fortunately we didn't have any trade idea that was sent out here at 3, so let's look at the previous ones. We had one at on the 17th for USD SAR. And you have to remember that all of the trade ideas that are sent out here, those are only trade ideas and not actual signals. Remember that. So it has to make sense for you to take it. And based on your actual trading framework, if it makes sense for you and it has a correlation overall, you could take the trade or not. Okay. So I don't trade I don't take all of these the trade ID aka signals that are sent out. It has to make sense for me to take it, and the amount of trade that I take, maybe when using Enigma, it's really minimal compare of when I do a trade manually by my own. Uh, as you can see on the previous videos, there was a lot. You're gonna see a big difference here on my trading compared to what I had before. Okay, so let's look at USD ZAR. So we had it as a sell on the 17th. So, and I think you had like 2 cells that were sent out. Yes. So yeah, sell right here and right here on the same day. And those were the 2 that were sent out. Okay, so it played out very well. So you had 2 cells. First one was here. Then it dropped here at midnight. So yeah, basically that was the actual sell here, right here. So the entry was here. Sold off, went to TP2. And then you had another one here. This one stopped you out. Okay, so it's 50-50. But overall, if you compare the entry price with the stop loss that was hit here compared to the movement that you had here, if you took those 2 we'll call it signals, even though it's not signals, you would still be in profit here overall if you only took those 2 trades. And if we look at the 16th, I know there was let's see, 16th. Yeah, exactly. So the 16th, you had another USD ZAR. So that was this setup. Sold off, and top loss here. Okay. So overall for this week, so you had 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. So you had 4 setups here. 5 setup, 5 setup. And you had 3 setup, 4 setups here. Yeah, 4 setups that hit at least TP1. Okay, that's great. Okay, so there was something that I spoke on our trade house session, is how do I use the commitment of traders to take the trade ideas here for the week based on that. So I'll show you once again how I do it, but more in details. So I'm just gonna go on my Evernote. Let's see. All right, perfect. Okay, so I'm just gonna go back on the weekly COT update tab that we have on the discovery. And if you have, you're gonna have the FX Mastery package. Eventually, I will be doing some COT analysis here live and Q&As. So that'll be in the pipeline in the near future. But I'm just going to explain you exactly how, why I do those two sections here, how I do that. So the COT, the community trader, is basically the commercial contracts here that are sent out every week. That gives you an actual commitment towards an institution with the commercials. Okay, so what I do here is I look at the last 2 weeks of data and I combine those 2 weeks and give me an actual buys here. It could be a buy or sell, but usually the commissioner is giving an actual direction. But what I do here is I do not look at the direction, because sometimes the direction will be the opposite of what the COT is giving. So how I use the data is that I look at the actual currency to see if there's a big movement, big swing in the commercials compared to 1 week to another. And if there's a big swing, I'm really focused on that currency to be moving overall for the week. Okay. So for example, you have the US. So you have you see those two numbers here. So we have minus 35,6984 and minus 37,174. Okay. So it's going down in value in details. Okay. Because this price is bigger than this price because we're in the minus. So if it's going down in details, that means that the US is going up for the week. Okay. So on and so forth. But what I look is the actual difference. Okay. So this is a difference around of than 2,000 contracts, but this one is a big difference. Okay. So this one is almost 19,000 in difference. So I take a note of it. So euro is a big mover, the biggest mover here of all. Right now here, that's 6,000. This one is 4,000 roughly. This one is 13,000. So I take a note of it. This one, 12,000, same thing. This one is 7,000. This one is 1,000. And this one is 2,000. Okay, so far you had euro, you had GBP, you have Australian dollar, and you have the Canadian dollar. Okay, those are the four biggest movers here overall. And as you can see, you have those pair here, and that's exactly what I put here as big movers. But the biggest ones are euro, you have the CAD, you have the British pound, and after that you have the yen. Okay, and if we look at the signals that were sent out here for the week, on FX setup, look at this week here. So the week here started on say the 15th. So you had AUDUSD, GBP, JPY, AUDJPY, you got the SAR, your Euro USD, USDCHF, AUDJPY, Euro AUD, okay, so on and so forth. But overall, when I see AUD USD, I know it's it's going to be moving a lot, depending exactly on the date that it's sent out. This was sent out on Sunday. Me personally, I do not trade Sundays on Mondays, Monday morning Eastern time. So I will always start on Tuesday, my trading week. Okay, so this one I wouldn't take it, but if we look at the signal setup on the 15th, it says 16th, but basically it's the 15th here. Okay, based on the time frame. So this one was you said it was a buy, right? Buy, boom. So all the buys were good. Why? Because based on the commercials, whoops, this one, the commercials here, this one is bigger. There's a bigger movement here compared to the US. Okay, so that's 2,000 roughly, and this one was 13,000, right? So since this one was bigger than the Australian dollar was bigger than the US dollar, my thought process is, since the Australian dollar is a bigger mover than the US dollar, I will take anything against the US as a buy. Okay, and that's why if you took the buy, overall all the buys were winners for the week, Monday, Tuesday. And right now you have this setup here that was still a winner. It did TP1, but I consider that still a winner. So overall, in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 setup, you had 3 setup that went to TP3, 1 that hit your stop loss, and you have another one that hit your TP1. And now we're going to see exactly how it goes. It didn't tip the stop loss yet, but based on my personal trade, I would have been out of the market already if I took that trade. But hopefully you get the gist of it, how I look at the commitment traders and how I use it. And most of the time it goes at your direction here. So let's look at JPY, and we're gonna do the same process here. So JPY, and let's look at the week. Same thing. So let's look at the GBP and the JPY and see the difference here. Okay. So GBP, the difference was, let's look at it. I just look at it in a glance. So that's what, 6,000 in difference. And this one is 4,000. Okay. So this one is a bigger mover than the yen. Okay. British pound is bigger moving than yen. So if it's GBP JPY, so the GBP, I would take the buy, or a sell compared to the yen. Okay, so anything that is GBP, JPY, I would look at it and take the trade for the week. And as you can see, this one, it hit TP1 at this candle and went back down. So that's a winner. Then you have this one that hit TP1, went back down. That's another winner. This one was a down setup. It smashed TP3. Okay, so far, those were good setups here overall. And if you look at the actual market for the week for GP, JPY, there was a lot of opportunity to get in and get some bips. Okay, let's look at AUDJPY. AUDJPY, same thing. Let's look at data. So yeah, so JPY, we said it was around 4,000. And then Australian dollar, you have it at around 13,000. Okay, so Australian dollar between the yen, I would look at taking positions here on those on this pair here, going long or short. Okay, depending on where you're at in the market. So this first setup here, with TP1, so it was ranging here and then smash TP3. Okay, so that's a winner. You have this one, smash TP1, almost TP2, but that's still a winner. And if we look overall in the market, AUDJPY was moving really good. And let's look at ZAR too. Okay, ZAR, same principle. So USD, that was 2,000, and the ZAR here was almost 2,000. So I had the ZAR here as a pair to look at. If you look at the CAD for the week, so I would still look for setups, and that's exactly what we saw when we were breaking down the actual setup signal. Okay, so TP1 hit, so that's TP3, that's TP2, that's stop loss, that's TP1. Okay, so overall you had one setup that lost, and the rest hit at least TP1. Okay. Now you have Euro USD. Those are the for the week. I was waiting specifically for euros because this one was the euro was the biggest. There was the biggest swing here in the commercial contracts, so that's why I was looking to get in. And we had 3 euro setup. Okay, so yeah, Euro USD, yeah, Euro JPY, and Euro AUD. Okay, so let's look at each of them to see was the outcome of it. Okay, so as you can see, the Euro USD was moving nicely this week, and you had a couple of setups here. So that's hit TP2, almost TP3, and then you had TP1 that was hit here. So it was a great setup. So Euro APY, same thing. That smash TP3, then smash TP3. Okay. So if we look at the Euro JPY, so JPY here was 4,000, still what was it? 19,000, right? So we expected big movement here for the week, and that's exactly what we had. And lastly, we have odd. I said you're at the didn't print out the signal for some reason, but we did saw a big movement here in the market overall. Okay, perfect. Perfect. So let's look at close. Perfect. Oh yeah. Oh, Ashley, welcome. I didn't saw the chat here. Okay, let's see. Do you have a site or Telegram group? Personally, I do not have. I had a site before, Ashley, but I don't have it anymore. But you could, if you go on on my actual channel, you could click on the link of my Bitly link, and you could create your free account there with to join Elevated FX, because I'm the software manager here at Elevated FX. So I backtested the system, and I actually optimizes the system for you for everyone here in our community. So that way you see those type of setups here. They're going to receive here on your phone and directly from our back office here eventually, because everything will be transferred from TradingView to our back office with Elevated FX. So make sure to go on the I think on the my COT video that you see on my channel. You're able to register here, but I'll show you exactly where you could get your account here. So 2 seconds. I'm just gonna go on my YouTube. Perfect. Okay, so right now you're gonna have this live here, and the one that we had here on Wednesday. So every after like usually every Thursday I updated the links here on my own channel. So everyone that want to join, you're able to get in. And you could create a free account and just look around here. You don't need to purchase anything here if you don't want to. But if you want to have access to all of what we have here at EFX, make sure to upgrade to our packages here. So, for example, you could go on the London session that we had last week. Okay, I'm just gonna click on it and pause it. And in the description, you're gonna see the bit. If you want to join, you're gonna see the big new link here. Okay, so this is the actual my personal EFX link. If you click on it, you just have sign up, and you're gonna see my name, and you just have to set up your account here there. Okay, and you're gonna have access to the trade house session that we had before, and any other videos that are affirmative here on what we have here at the Elevated FX. So I hope that helps. Okay, perfect. And hopefully you like the COT video that I had here on my channel, and I know that you loved it, the simplicity. So all good. So what we're gonna do here, we're gonna wait until 4 a.m. Eastern time, so about 7 minutes. We'll see exactly if we have any signals on our FX setup. And if so, we're just gonna analyze the signals. And if we don't have anything, we're just gonna close this session. So it's really more informative here as always. If you have any questions, I'm here to answer them. So hopefully it was a good session for you, for everyone that watching, to see exactly how everything works. And hopefully we can see you in the other side with EFX. We're just beginning here of giving a lot of value here in the market, and a lot of people are winning. And at the same time, I'm just gonna show you our profit zone on our Discord. So basically, this is the section that all of our customers are putting their results based on the system that I just showed you, and other products here that we're offering. That is the Trade Manager and education, because we do have education with IT and the Asian Sniper. So we have two of our best educators here in the industry that are here to help you grow as a trader. And you have me too, that give you a good value on commitment of traders specifically. So I just break it down as the simplest way compared to other people, and a lot of people are winning with that. Okay, I know there's an actual team here that we have with EFX. This is our creation team that only use my COT analysis there that I send out every week, and they trade only with that, and they're getting really great results here with their account. could be funded account or personal account. So here we have Ivana. Shout out to her that made $110 here yesterday, 2 days ago. So it was on the 17th. We have Joseph. Shout out to him. Another member here that's killing here. Leon, shout out to him. This is on his 100K demo account, but he's testing the system and is getting results here. Okay. So that's another product that we have, Trade Manager. So the IQ Trade Manager, and that's our CEO. So shout out to him. Made $2,100 here. Even though it's still a demo account, but this system works. Another one here. Shout out to him. Another one here, and that's that's my my verification that I pass FTMO. So I was just I just created that account here to show you that our products that we offer at EFX does work. Okay, it could pass for the challenge here, and not only me, but there's a lot of people that are passing challenge. And like, for example, Ivana has multiple for the account. As you can see, she's killing it here. Leon is still doing on the trial, but eventually he's going to get a funded account. See, pass FTMO, pass another FTMO account. See the results here. Phase 1, how long did it take to pass phase 2 experience? So that's another person that passed phase 1. Okay. Just passed the 50K challenge in 4 days. Okay. Using Enigma. I passed phase 2 in under 7 hours today. Okay. So in less than a week, shout out to I broke the cycle. So in less than a week, he's been funded for 50K. Okay, so yeah, I could go on all day, but you see that we have a lot of results here at the FX, and it's going to continue like that. Perfect. So let's go back on FX setup because it's almost 4 in a couple seconds, and we'll see if we have any setups here. If not, we're gonna close this session. Okay, it's 4. Let's see if we have anything. And like I said, there's multiple signal you could set up here on your own. It could be with Forex, indices, metal. So you have a lot of different instruments that you could trade on with the Enigma AI system. So for now, we don't have any setups here at 4. Okay. So in that note, we're gonna close it out going to have the session. So hopefully you found this session here informative and fun. So we're gonna be getting back next Thursday, same time. It could be 3 a.m. Eastern time or between 3 a.m. Eastern time and 5. But usually I should be there around 4, 3 to 4 roughly if there's any other questions. But yeah, so make sure to look at the previous video here on the EFX channel or my personal channel, Andre the FX. And I'll catch you guys later. Peace.